Good afternoon and welcome to Mindset Monday with me, Jeff Williams, here at Action Coach, your business coach. Today we're going to be talking about the mindset that's going to take your marketing to another level. I've got a 3-step system that will help you take your business to the next level when it comes to marketing. So if you're looking to learn how to write a marketing plan, I'm going to ask you to stick with me for the next 10 or 15 minutes or so, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. This is a session we do every week, which is designed to help business owners to get the mindset around the things that will help them to be really, really successful in business and take their business on to another level. So here's the 3-step system. It's really quite straightforward. You're going to love it. I'm going to give you an exercise to start with that's going to get you in the right place with this. I'm going to ask you, of these 3 things here, target, offer, and copy, how would you score them or rate them out of 10 in terms of their importance to helping you put together a business plan? 10 being vitally important. Without it, I can't put together a plan. This is what comes first. 1 being, well, this is what comes last. What would you score them? I'm going to give you a few seconds just to write down, out of these 3, target. Target is exactly who you're selling to. Offer is what you're selling them. And copy, all copy means is the words that you write, the video that you make for them. Whatever it is that you write down to make them buy. So rate them 1 out of 10 to 10 out of 10. What would you rate each of these? Give you a few minutes to a few seconds just to write down how you'd rate those out of 10. Target, offer, and copy. And as you're watching along, and if you get value out of this session today in watching this video, I'm going to ask you to like, follow, share, subscribe, or connect, whatever it is, whatever platform you're watching this on. Please connect with me. Click the buttons below so you don't miss another video like this for you to succeed in business. If you know of anybody else who will benefit, please tag your friends, hashtag your friends into this. So what scores did you give these out of 10 of level of importance? Well, I'm going to help you and tell you exactly what the score should be for each of these. Most people would actually start with the copy. What exactly is I'm going to tell people? So we'd start thinking, how do I write an advert to people? I'm going to give you the score for copy out of 10. The score for copy is actually 1 out of 10. In level of importance, it comes the lowest in terms of level of importance in you putting together a marketing plan, the stuff that you're going to write about what it is that you do. So which is the second score? What should you give the second highest score to? Well, most people would probably go for offer, what it is that I'm selling them. Well, I'm going to tell you the score for offer is 5 out of 10. So what it is that I'm actually selling to my potential customers, my prospects, and the offer that I've got for them today actually only gets a score of 5 out of 10. So which one scores the highest? Of course, we can see which one's going to score the highest. It is target. What score would you give that? Would you give that a 6, a 7, an 8 out of 10? I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Target is the most important part of a marketing plan. If you're putting a marketing plan together, getting your target right is the most important element. I'll tell you why. If you don't get your target right, you're shooting in the dark. Now, when I ask business owners which is the most important element for them, let me put it another way. When I ask business owners actually who their target market is, what do you think the answer is that I get? It's normally, well, anybody who'd buy my service or buy my product. And that's the ordinary answer that we get from most business owners. We believe that everybody could benefit from what I have to sell. But what I'm going to encourage you to do is to get really detailed into exactly who it is that wants to buy your products or service from you. Let me illustrate how important that is. If in your garden you feed the birds, so if you're watching this on replay, this is February 2021, so we're in the middle of winter, and many of us like to feed the birds in our garden. How do we attract the right kinds of birds? How do we ensure that we meet their particular needs? You see, some of the birds are quite happy to feed on the bird feeder. They'll hang off the bird feeder and they'll feed. Others don't like to feed off the bird feeder. They like to feed on the ground. They're ground feeders. They like to be stood up and feeding. Depends on what kind of bird it is and what kind of seed they want, or they may want some fat, some lard to keep them warm during the winter. So to attract the right kind of birds to our garden, we have to have the right environment. We have to have the right sort of feeder. We have to have the right side of feeds. We're targeting exactly what kind of birds we're going to be looking after in our garden. Take that and use that in your business. Who will you attract in your business? Well, you'll only attract the people that you put out the right food for, you put out the right seed for, put out the right conditions. So let me ask you, who do you want as customers? Who do you actually want as your target customer? Is it actually everybody that you want as a customer? I'd hazard a guess the answer is probably no. There's probably the odd person that rings your business or clicks on the internet and asks for a quote. They're not the kind of customer that you want. Why they're not the kind of customer that you want? Well, could it be that, for a start off, you can't service exactly what it is that they want, and you're trying to shoehorn something in to fit in with them, and therefore it doesn't make it very profitable for you? Could it be that they're a type of customer who's only looking for the lowest price? They're always looking for the lowest price, and they're trying to drive you down on price, which makes it difficult for you to deliver what you want to deliver to the standard that you want to deliver it to. Could it be that it's a customer that's driving you down on price, but taking up a huge amount of your time, therefore not making you very profitable? So you go out, you do the job, or you sell the thing to them, but it isn't very profitable to you because they've driven you down on price. The truth is, we only want A-grade customers, not B, C, or D-grade customers. We want A-grade customers. An A-grade customer is this. An A-grade customer is a customer who we can satisfy their need. We can do it profitably. We can do it at the right price. And this customer is not only profitable, but they come back again and again. They give us repeat business. You see, repeat business is profit. So we want a customer that's happy with what we do. When we deliver the service, we make a profit. They're happy with the end result, and they come back for more. And let's just put the icing on the cake. They then refer other people into us. It's 6 times easier to sell to an existing customer than it is to get a new customer. So we actually do know who we want. Our target market is an A-grade customer who spends the right amount of money with us, doesn't take up too much of our time, comes back over and over again because they love what we do. They buy off us profitably, so we make more money, and they refer more business to us. That's an A-grade customer, isn't it? Is that the kind of customer you want? So how do you define that customer? Well, the key is sit down, take a piece of paper. I'm going to ask you to do this actually after this session, not now, after this session. Just take 10 minutes out of your diary to sit down and think about very clearly who that A-grade customer is. Go through your list of customers and identify those customers. Now you're starting to find out who your target is. There's another reason that's why it's important to find out exactly who our target customer is, and why it's more important than the offer or the copy is this. You could sit down and start to write an advert. What words are you going to use when you're writing that advert? If you watched my last Mindset Monday, I explained to you very clearly that there are 2 key elements in a purchase. You see, when we're selling to people, we're professionally helping them to buy. And there are 2 key elements in that. There's a logical reason why people buy, and there's an emotional reason why people buy. The balance of that is very strongly towards the emotion. The logic is just, if you got what I want, are you local? Are you around about the right price? The emotional side of it is, do I like these people? Do I trust these people? Are these people listening to me? Are they going to fill my need? Can I work with these people? Would I like to continue working? It's emotional. It's really interesting. Go back and watch the video. There's more than that, which I've said. So in other words, 80% of our decision is emotional, 20% is logical. It's 80-20. So we need to know what our target market is so that we write the right copy, so that we're hitting the right emotional buttons for our potential customer. We're filling their needs. We can't do that until we know who exactly it is that we want to sell to. So you need to put some time aside to find out exactly who it is. This is going to make you an awful lot more money in your business and save you an awful lot of time not dealing with the people that are not your A-grade customers. What they want to buy off you and how you're going to sell it to them is the next element. That's the offer. So exactly what is it that I'm selling to them? Now, what you're selling to them actually isn't up front. What you're selling to them is at the back. And what I mean by that is, what you're selling to the customer is the experience that they have after they bought it from you. Okay, so you want to hang something on the wall. You head to B&Q to buy a drill bit. You're actually not buying a drill bit, you're buying a hole. Does that make sense? You actually want a hole in the wall. You want it drilled as efficiently as possible. That's the after. That's what you're offering to the customer. So what you need to talk about in your marketing is what they're left with afterwards. Not about what you do, not about who you are, not about how long you've been in business, not about your qualifications, but what it is that they are left with. Okay. So be very clear. We need to know who we're talking to. We need to know what it is that they're going to be left with, and we need to express that to them in our marketing and our web page. And then we write the copy. We've got the information here to give us the copy. This is your 3-part process to writing a really clear marketing plan, saving yourself a lot of money by not marketing to the wrong people, wasting your advertising spend on that, or wasting your time going out and doing quotes to people that are not your target market. Get your target really clear. Then you'll be very clear on what it is that they want afterwards, what they're looking for, what problem you're solving for them, what need you're providing for them, and you're going to spell it out very clearly in your copy. That's the right order. So if ever you've sat down to do advertising or marketing before, sat down and said, what do I write? You're starting in the wrong order. Start with a target. I'm going to tell you why this is really important, because if you get your marketing plan right, this is the position you're going to put yourself in. You're going to put yourself in a position of what we call no price competition. This means that your customers are coming to you for reasons other than the price. Yes, the price plays a role in what the reason that they come to you, but actually they'll buy from you despite of the price, because they are your target market and you are filling their need and you've expressed it in your copy. Does that make sense? And they understand. And if in your copy you make it quite clear that the paramount thing is that you're going to fulfill their need or solve their problem, you'll be in a position of no price competition. Now, there are 2 more elements to finding yourself in a position of no price competition. The first one, as we said, is getting your target market right. So let's get that right. Let's spend some time with it. 10 minutes after the session, just 10 minutes to start that process in your head as to exactly who it is, and it becomes so clear to you. Okay. The second thing that you need to have is what we call a USP. That's a unique sales proposition. This is something that's going to set you aside from your competition. This is very much like driving down the motorway. As you drive down the motorway, we can see the road, we can see the white lines down the middle, we can see the central reservation here, other vehicles. The grass banks are up there, probably sheep up there, maybe cows. You're riding down the motorway at 60, 70 miles an hour and you see a giraffe, huge yellow giraffe. Now that's a head turner. That's absolutely unique. That's what your USP is, a unique sales proposition, something which sets you apart from the competition. You're only going to be able to provide a unique sales proposition, something that really fills the need of your customer, if you have a very clear target market. Let me give you an example of a unique sales proposition. If you had a product that absolutely positively had to be there next day before 10 a.m. in the 1990s, you would only use one delivery company. That was FedEx. Fred Smith, who started FedEx, realized that if he got all of his planes back into Memphis every night, he could deliver to anywhere in the United States the very next day, before 10 a.m. for certain products, but definitely, absolutely, the very next day. At that time, nobody else was able to do it. That was their USP. And if I needed a part delivered to my business the very next day, if I needed a legal document delivered to my business the very next day, if I needed a medical instrument or an organ delivered to my business the very next day, I would only use FedEx, and it didn't matter how much it cost, because they were the only ones who could do that. So that makes sense. That's a unique sales proposition. So what's your USP? You want to talk to me about putting together a USP? Happily put your details in the comments, and I'll be happy to speak to you about how you can produce your own USP. So target market, very clear. A USP is something which sets you apart, your giraffe, which sets you head and shoulders above everybody else as to a reason to buy. And the third thing you need is what we call a 10 by 10 marketing plan. What I mean by that is that you have more than one way of getting customers. Most businesses have 2 or 3 ways of getting customers. That is, we get a lot of word of mouth, and we do some exhibition stuff, and we do a bit of social media. That's it. 3 ways of getting business. Not necessarily in control of those. A 10 by 10 marketing strategy is having 10 ways of getting new customers, attracting new customers, by being very clear on your target, your offer, and your copy. How will you get 10 ways of getting more business? How are you going to work that out? Well, you do them one at a time. Again, it's something we could talk about if you want to get into a conversation with me. So how to get your 10 by 10 in place. So if you got it now, to get yourself into a position of no price competition, you need the right mindset around marketing. And the correct mindset around marketing is not that everybody buys my product. It's only your A-grade customers you want. That's your target market. Work out what your target market is. Get your USP in place. What is it that's unique about your business? Puts you head and shoulders of everybody else. What is your giraffe? And thirdly, get a 10 by 10 marketing plan in place. Work out 10 ways of attracting customers, not just 1, 2, or 3 ways that are happening, but you now start to get in control of your marketing. Now, I'm running an event at the beginning of next month. If you're watching this in February, I'm running an event in March, which is designed all around marketing and sales. How to do your marketing correctly, how to run your sales correctly. We're going to spend 2 or 3 hours together. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that, how to get better results from your marketing and your sales activity and grow your business. No matter what's happening around you, you can do that. Details are in the comments below. If you want to comment or connect with me, please drop me a message. I'm happy to give you those details. Hope you got real value from the session today. If you did, don't forget, like, follow, subscribe, share, and more importantly, actually tag anybody you know you think would benefit from this into this video so they get to see this video too. I've been Jeff Williams. That's been Mindset Monday. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you on the next session.